Good evening, everybody. Now, if you want to join in with tonight's awards ceremony and perhaps send messages of congratulations to any of the award recipients and the new appointees, you can do this by using the chat button facility, which is located at the bottom of your screen. Now, you need to choose the drop-down option of panellists and attendees, which lists all the award winners and will also allow you to see your comments. Enjoy.
My Lord Lieutenant, distinguished military, government and civic dignitaries, honoured guests, ladies, gentlemen, family and friends, a very warm welcome to you all. I'm Air Commodore Pete Wally, and as the Reserve Forces and Cadets Association Regional Chairman for South Wales, it is my honour and pleasure to lead you through this Lord Lieutenant's Awards ceremony. Throughout the year, reservists in Wales provide valuable support to our regular armed forces, both at home and operational duties, and in their local community. Our cadets, whether from the Sea Cadet Corps, Army Cadet Force, Air Training Corps, or the Combined Cadet Force, grow and develop into responsible and confident young citizens, achieving enormous training and sporting success, as well as providing support to their communities through many and varied activities. These endeavours help maintain the good name of the armed forces in Wales. Finally, our adult volunteers devote time, energy and effort that is truly humbling to ensure that our cadets gain the maximum benefit from what for many can be life-changing experiences in preparation for adult life. The awards ceremonies, held annually by the Lord Lieutenants of Wales, are an opportunity for deserving individuals to be publicly recognised within the community in which they live and serve for their contribution to the reserves and the cadet forces. Now, as a retired Air Commodore with 37 years service in the Royal Air Force and having been Air Officer Wales for 4 years, I am only too well aware of the importance of awards ceremonies such as this. Whilst the arrangements this year are far removed from anything we are used to, the virtual ceremony in no way reduces or demeans the value of the awards being made. This evening, Her Majesty's Lord Lieutenant will be making the following presentations: the Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit, the Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Certificate and Lord Lieutenant's Badge for 2020, and then finally the Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Appointments for 2021. Firstly then, the Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit. The Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit records the Lord Lieutenant's gratitude and recognition for outstanding service and devotion to duty. This year, the certificates are being awarded to
Sapper Gavin Bradbury. Sapper Gavin Bradbury enlisted in the Army Reserve in February 2005, where he joined the Royal Monmouthshire Royal Engineer Militia Regimental Headquarters in Monmouth. He transferred to 100 Field Squadron Militia in October 2017, becoming a member of Support Troop and is employed as a plant operator in Cumbran. In his civilian life, Sapper Bradbury is employed by Torfaen County Borough Council, also as a plant operator. Gavin is known and respected by his peers and seniors throughout the regiment for his experience and diligence as an outstanding plant operator. Utilising the skills from his day job, Sapper Bradbury is able to bring experience and skill beyond that which he would have been able to achieve in the reserves alone. Earlier this year, when the floods affected Monmouth, Sapper Bradbury took time off work at extremely short notice to form part of the small works team that cleared up Vauxhall Fields, a piece of land close to the headquarters, from the debris left behind once the water levels had subsided. This not only supported the regiment, but also the public of Monmouth, who use Vauxhall Fields daily. Sapper Bradbury also supported the clear-up of Pulholme training area in Monmouth, which had been completely churned up by a week-long regular bridging exercise, where his work was highly regarded by regimental headquarters staff. When the regiment was training to deploy on Operation Shader, Sapper Bradbury was able to support training with his wider experience in motor transport, conducting a number of training sessions on the self-loading dump truck to bring those deploying up to standard on the equipment. His professional trade experience is outstanding, and he is a force multiplier within the unit, ever dependable, always willing to pass on his knowledge and experience. Sapper Bradbury deserves recognition for his contribution to the unit's operational effectiveness and is recommended for the award of the Lord Lieutenant Certificate of Merit. Sergeant Major Instructor Charlene Candler. Sergeant Major Instructor Charlene Candler joined the Army Cadet Force as a cadet in 1995 as a musician with the Corps of Drums. She completed her 3-star APC before aging out and decided to become an adult volunteer. In July 1998, Charlene rejoined the Corps of Drums as an adult volunteer, where she stayed until 2003 when she moved to Wales, although she remained as a volunteer with Bristol ACF. During this period, Charlene has completed every role from Detachment Instructor, Detachment Commander, Company and County Duke of Edinburgh Award Officer, County Sports Officer and Vocational Training Officer, before transferring to Gwent and Powys ACF in 2017. On joining, she became Company Sergeant Major Instructor for B Company. This company covers a large geographic area, and Charlene made it her duty to visit each detachment regularly. She was then promoted to the Regimental Sergeant Major's post for the county in 2019. Currently in the role of B Company Training Officer, Charlene has been working closely with the company headquarters and all detachments during 2020 and the COVID-19 pandemic. She has ensured that virtual training has been delivered, and in so doing keeping the flame alive. This has been particularly challenging during this period, but she has remained enthusiastic and determined to provide good quality virtual training and has been instrumental in the preparations to return to face-to-face training. Throughout her time in the ACF, Charlene has demonstrated dedication and commitment for over 22 years. Charlene enjoys all aspects of the ACF and what it offers young people. Her true passion lays with the Duke of Edinburgh Awards. This is demonstrated through her commitment from working with cadets at detachment level up to her role as the Brigade Advisor for Wales. Charlene is particularly proud to have been selected to take part in the 60th anniversary of the Duke of Edinburgh Awards at Ballykinler Camp, Northern Ireland in 2016. She is also proud in her role as manager of the successful South West Region girls football team in 2011, who became the national champions under her leadership. Charlene was born in Bristol and has family links in Wiltshire, but has lived in Wales for 18 years with a husband and 2 children. In her spare time, Charlene can be found out walking the hills and mountains with her husband Andrew and border collie Zach. She currently works as an examinations and data manager for a 3 to 16 learning community in the South Wales Valleys. Sergeant Major Instructor Charlene Candler is a credit to the organisation as a whole and to Gwent and Powys ACF, and is recommended for the award of the Lord Lieutenant Certificate of Merit. Warrant Officer Derek Warren. Warrant Officer Derek Warren has been a mainstay of No. 1 Welsh Wing for over 45 years. He joined 2272 Chepstow Squadron in 1969 as a welfare officer, moving to the newly formed 2012 Caldecott Squadron as a civilian instructor in 1973. Derek was promoted to Squadron Warrant Officer in 1975, and between 1987 and 2000 he undertook the role of Wing Warrant Officer as a secondary duty. He was then appointed to his primary role of Wing Warrant Officer in 2006, responsible for all drill and ceremonial matters, including the training of all adult senior non-commissioned officers and cadets. His high-profile events included the 50th, 60th and the 75th anniversary church parades and the lining of the route during visits by Her Majesty the Queen to the Senedd. Warrant Officer Warren has a tremendous influence on the adult senior non-commissioned officers cadre in the wing, ensuring that these pivotal roles are managed, trained and integrated at all levels. He has done so in an effective, mature and professional manner, providing clear guidance and enforcement of regulations. In addition, Derek has established training courses for cadets, adult senior and non-commissioned officers and officers, imparting the ethos, etiquette, behaviour and skills required to undertake RAF Air Cadet duties. He also regularly provides assistance to other wings. Derek Warren is widely respected and as a member of the Wing Executive Team assists with the investigation of disciplinary cases. He sits on all of the Wing's senior non-commissioned officer selection boards and is a highly effective trainer and communicator. Derek's attention to detail is outstanding and he carries out his duties in a very mature, friendly and approachable manner. He has been on the staff of over 35 UK camps and in recent years has set up several week-long term time camps, each catering for up to 50 cadets. Derek has also been involved in organising fieldcraft camps on Army training areas. Warrant Officer Warren has always been a driver for innovation, change, personal development and practical achievement during his service. He has promoted pride in the RAF Air Cadet organisation and his exemplary character, achievements and stature within the wing are most deserving of a Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit. Warrant Officer Gary Atkinson. Warrant Officer Gary Atkinson became a civilian instructor in No. 1 Welsh Wing in 2008, and then, as an adult sergeant, he served in a number of squadrons, including 1148 Penarth and 1184 Mountain Ash. In 2015, he joined the team at 1223 Caerphilly Squadron, and is currently serving there as the lead for the Squadron Drill and Banner Team, the Adventurous Training Officer, and the Duke of Edinburgh's Award Officer. Due to his outstanding service at all levels, Warrant Officer Atkinson received a commendation for meritorious service in 2012 and the Wing Commander's Commendation in 2017. On the 6th of April 2020, in the midst of the COVID-19 crisis, Warrant Officer Atkinson was appointed to the post of Wing Security Officer. On assuming this appointment, he immediately set to work to review Wing security procedures and liaise with the Wing Executive Officer to produce an excellent and engaging presentation on the security issues faced by the Wing. Gary has also designed and introduced digital tracking procedures to ensure that all adult staff and civilian committee members maintain their security clearance qualifications and currency, and he continues to keep on top of all security issues while sustaining his outstanding work at 1223 Caerphilly Squadron. In recognition of his outstanding contribution and continued dedication to the service of his squadron, his wing and the wider RAF Air Cadets, Warrant Officer Gary Atkinson is highly recommended for the award of a Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit.
We now move on to the Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Certificate and Badge for 2020. The Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Certificate and Badge are awarded to members of the cadet forces in recognition of those individual cadets' performance during the previous year in support of the Lord Lieutenant. This year, for their performance during 2020, the Lord Lieutenant Cadet Certificate and Badge is awarded to
Able Cadet Alex Husselby of Torvine Sea Cadet Corps, Cadet Sergeant Major Dan Williams of the Gwent and Powys ACF, Cadet Flight Sergeant Jack Wilson from No. 1 Welsh Wing RAF Air Cadets, and Cadet Sergeant Connor Porter, also from No. 1 Welsh Wing RAF Air Cadets.
The final set of awards are the Lord Lieutenant's Cadet appointments for 2021. The Lord Lieutenant has a number of cadets each year nominated by the Sea Cadet Corps, the Army Cadet Force, the RAF Air Cadets and the Combined Cadet Force. Cadets are nominated for their outstanding contribution to their respective cadet units. The cadet will support the Lord Lieutenant on special occasions, such as royal visits, remembrance parades, and civic events. For 2021, the appointed Lord Lieutenant's cadets are
Cadet Warrant Officer Peter Dabsky. Cadet Warrant Officer Peter Dabsky is a fine example of a cadet who has truly immersed himself in the Air Cadet experience. Peter is honest, transparent and demonstrates great integrity. Whatever he says he will do, and always completes any task that he has set. He is a natural leader who plays a key role in the development of the newly recruited cadets within the squadron. Cadet Warrant Officer Dabsky also delivers syllabus training to a high standard and is always on the lookout for ways to enrich the cadet experience for the benefit of other cadets. In his 5 years of service, he has progressed to Master Air Cadet and now has his Methods of Instruction qualification, which he uses to teach new cadets. He has achieved his Gold Duke of Edinburgh Award and Bronze Aviation Wings. Last year he achieved Cadet 50 and successfully completed Junior Leaders 2019 with flying colours. Following this, Pieter was accepted to attend Exercise Maroon Eagle in Ghana, where amongst other things he assisted in the building of the John Thornton Junior High School. Outside Air Cadets and academia, Cadet Warrant Sadabski has participated in a youth enterprise competition where he played a key role in producing a self-defense DVD aimed at helping young people deal with bullying and anxiety. He also volunteers in community projects to help clean up the local area. Cadet Warrant Sadabski seizes every opportunity that the Corps gives him and encourages all of the other cadets to do the same. He is a well-rounded individual and displays outstanding citizenship. I cannot recommend this cadet strongly enough for this prestigious appointment of Lord Lieutenant's Cadet of Gwent 2021. Cadet Flight Sergeant Katie Mavrudis Stevens. Cadet Flight Sergeant Katie Mavrudis Stevens has been an ambitious, dedicated and driven cadet from her very first day at 2353 Østred Munich Squadron. She plays a vital role at the squadron and is a pivotal member of the squadron management team. Katie is the most senior female cadet at the squadron and is an excellent role model. She is responsible for junior cadet training and is the first face that new cadets see at the start of their air cadet career, and has a vast array of experience that she has gained through her cadet career. She has taken part in all that has been offered, such as flying, gliding, shooting, Duke of Edinburgh Award, adventurous training and camps. Some of the highlights of her career include attending camps such as the Royal International Air Tattoo and Aerospace camps in the UK, as well as overseas training in Cyprus, Belgium, France and Italy. Katie is currently working towards her Gold Duke of Edinburgh Award, which she hopes to complete by the summer of 2021. The COVID pandemic has created tremendous challenges to the squadron, and Katie has been a tower of strength to all of the cadets, ensuring that each of them has a support mechanism in place to help with their mental well-being. Cadet Flight Sergeant Mavrudis Stevens has been crucial in ensuring that 2353 Østred Munich Squadron has stayed active and connected throughout the pandemic restrictions. And without her dedication and support, the squadron would not be returning to face-to-face activities in such good condition. Cadet Flight Sergeant Mavrudis Stevens is an inspiring cadet who sets the highest standards in all that she does. She has participated with great success in the full spectrum of RAF cadet activities, both within the squadron and the wing, and she is very strongly recommended for appointment as a Lord Lieutenant's Cadet. Cadet Sergeant Max Pullen. Cadet Sergeant Max Pullen became a member of Llanwern Combined Cadet Force on the 26th of September 2016. Max has shown unbound commitment to the CCF and unwavering dedication to the contingent, balancing his academic life and other interests. Though faced with the challenge of A-level study, he has not only been able to perform to an excellent standard, but has also continued to sacrifice his time to contingent training, demonstrating consistently his competency of skills and knowledge, and giving back to the cadets through his leadership and instructing roles. Max has even gone above and beyond his cadet role, imparting the skills that he himself has acquired in the CCF, thus enriching navigation, campcraft and first aid lessons that he has delivered to non-contingent students undertaking their Bronze and Silver Duke of Edinburgh Awards, all of whom were subsequently successful. Cadet Sergeant Pullen has consistently showcased his ability to lead, even in the face of adversity, as happened at the Brigade Cadet Skill at Arms meeting, where he led the team to become falling plate event champions. Max has been able to properly embrace and display the core values of the cadet force, and as a result has been a remarkable role model for all those under him. He has always been eager to participate and to support the cadets in a plethora of activities, from being one of our youngest Cambrian Patrol participants to aiding recruitment or leading the contingent biannual inspection. Max has consistently shown himself to be an invaluable member of his contingent, and with his eyes set on giving back as a cadet instructor, we look forward to seeing him develop further in his years to come. Throughout the whole COVID-19 pandemic, Cadet Sergeant Pullen has continued to support other cadets within the unit via telephone, face-to-face and online conversations. He is an outstanding role model, not only to the cadets within the unit, but to all students around the school, and he is highly recommended for the appointment of Lord Lieutenant's Cadet for Gwent 2021. Lance Corporal Edward Knock. Monmouth School Combined Cadet Force has weathered the challenges that the return to training has brought about with regards to COVID-19, so our training plan has had to become very dynamic indeed. With this, we have enlisted the help of our younger sixth form cadets earlier than usual, and Lance Corporal Edward Knock has most definitely risen to the challenge with distinction. Edward has been a valued member of our Combined Cadet Force for over 2 years now, and so far he has made every effort to get as much out of the organisation as possible. He also has a great rapport with his peers, and in particular is well respected by his senior cadets. As a recently appointed Lance Corporal, Edward has accelerated his leadership skills by delivering lessons where he has been able to impart his knowledge of basic and advanced Cadet Force infantry syllabus to the junior cadets in his charge. He is well suited to a leadership role of this level, as he is a confident speaker, someone who leads from the front and very well established in the organisation. Edward has not yet had the opportunity to learn about methods of instruction, but he certainly delivers lessons with ease and regularly demonstrates that he has a good grasp of the lessons taught in this cadre. He actively engages with Combined Cadet Force training each week and, to his credit, regularly volunteers to help out where he can. Edward is a most capable young man with a keen interest in engineering and is currently studying mathematics, further mathematics, physics and chemistry at A-level. He has career aspirations to either read engineering at university and then join the Army post-degree, or simply direct his efforts at Sandhurst or the Royal Marines directly after his sixth form years at Monmouth School for Boys. Outside lessons, Lance Corporal Knock is a keen rugby player, and on top of his school sporting commitments he trains with the Dragons Academy in the under-18 squad. His physical fitness and strength alongside his agility of mind are certainly developed here, which transfers to his capabilities in the cadet world. Edward is a most affable young man, and his willingness to apply himself is a good indicator that he will be highly impressive, successful cadet in the near and distant future, and is highly recommended for the appointment of Lord Lieutenant's Cadet for Gwent 2021.
My Lord Lieutenant, that concludes the award ceremony. May I please invite you to say a few words?
Could I start by thanking all of the staff at the headquarters of RFCA for organising this evening. It's not an award ceremony like we normally have, and they've done wonders to be able to manage to organise everything remotely like this. Thank you very much. I'd also like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to all of our armed forces who are helping the civic powers at the moment with the COVID crisis. We've got here in Gwent and throughout the whole of Wales regular members of the Royal Navy, of the Army and the Royal Air Force serving in testing centres and in vaccination centres throughout the whole of the country and doing a huge amount to raise the reputation of the armed forces for quiet efficiency behind the scenes. I was personally very proud to see members of my own regiment with their distinctive white hackles at Dover just after Brexit. Do you remember when all those lorries were lined up and couldn't get across the channel? And it was members of the Royal Welsh who went in to vaccinate them and to test them so that we could get trade going back across the channel. So my congratulations to Andrew Dawes and to all of his men and women who have done so much to help the civil powers to get coronavirus under control here in Wales. And of course our reservists have played a part in that as well. At this very moment we have members of the Royal Monmouthshire Royal Engineers, 104 Regiment based here in Newport, who are deployed, some of them overseas, backfilling the regular members of the armed forces who are engaged elsewhere, but also deployed in their own right in the battle against COVID. We have reservists working in ops rooms, driving ambulances, deep cleaning ambulances, as well as helping in vaccination centres and in testing centres throughout the whole of Wales. You are doing a fantastic job, not only for the efficiency with which you're working alongside members of the NHS and other agencies, but also for your ability and your desire to step up to the plate when you're most needed. And it's not in our nature as members of the armed forces to crow about our achievements when we do stuff behind the scenes like this. But it's nice to be able to take a moment now just to acknowledge that work. But this evening is of course also about the cadet forces. What a wonderful organisation we have with our Sea Cadets, our Army Cadets and our Air Cadets, and the combined cadet forces, of which more in a minute. These are organisations which provide an opportunity for teenagers to take risks in a secure and safe environment. And the fact that you, the cadet force adult volunteers and civilians who make all of that happen, are prepared to do so much in order to achieve that is a wonderful commendation for you. These cadet forces instill values into our young people which many of us old ones think are sometimes lacking in society. Things like discipline, things like punctuality, things like being neat and tidy, things like working together in teams. And these are the very essence of what the cadet forces do. So to all of you who make that happen, to the adult volunteers, to the support staff, and to the parents and guardians and teachers who make this possible, thank you very much for what you're doing, not for defence, not for the armed forces, but for society as a whole. We say goodbye, I say goodbye to my Lord Lieutenant's cadets of last year. I'm sorry we've hardly even had a chance to say hello before we went into lockdown. But thank you for stepping up to take on this role. Thank you for being prepared to help out. And if we were talking privately, I would say to you that do use the fact that you've been a Lord Lieutenant's Cadet on your CV as you go forward into life. And do please use me personally as a referee if you ever need to do so for further education or for a job application. And to the 4 new cadets for this year, welcome. Many congratulations on achieving this appointment, which, as you know, is competitive and highly selective. You really have risen to the top of the pile, and for that, many, many congratulations. And particularly this year, can I welcome members of the combined cadet forces from Monmouth Haberdasher Schools and from Llanwern High School. For the first time, certainly since I've been the Lord Lieutenant, you are most welcome. As soon as life becomes a little bit more normal, we will arrange for you to have some induction training so that you can fully take up your role as Lord Lieutenant's cadets. To all of you then, thank you for listening in this evening. Whether you are members of the government who support our armed forces, our reserves and our cadet forces, or if you are a wife, a husband, a sweetheart, a son, a daughter, a mother, a father, grandparents, a school teacher, or whatever capacity you are in supporting these men and women who wear the Queen's uniform in service of the Crown. Whoever you are, thank you for your support. Thank you for coming along this evening, and many congratulations to all of this evening's recipients of awards. Thank you.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Now please keep an eye on our website and our social media channels over the coming days for any updates on tonight's event. And that'll also include a full recording of the ceremony, which will be posted on our YouTube channel. Thanks again, and good night.